and the rain has not ceased since early yesterday, and it is late. I have waited until sundown so as not to break the Sabbath law, and it has been a most weary day. I have longed to busy myself with cleaning or baking, anything to make the time pass more quickly. But now, when the morning comes, we shall have fresh bread before going to anoint the body of my Son. Bread. John had said on that last night that he and the others had spent with my Son, that Jesus took the loaf and he broke it, and he said it was his body broken. And the wine, it is just as common at the table, but John had said Jesus held up the cup and he said that it was his blood shed for the forgiveness of sin, and that we must take these two things to remember. Oh, remember. Oh, why would a mother wish to remember? I have been here all day listening as a storm rages outside, waiting and praying, trying to calm this rage within me. My Son is dead. I say it over and over, and I do not wish to believe it. Jesus, my Son, what have they done? How they caused you so much shame. Wounds on your hands and wounds on your feet, and how the soldiers mocked your name. Oh, how I weep, and oh, how I mourn. Oh, how much sorrow can I take? Jesus, my King, I would do anything to spare you from the shame. Your blood flows down from the thorns on your crown as the soldiers mock your name. My heart, it breaks. My soul, it aches. How much sorrow can I take? Why must it be him on that tree? Oh, why? Why can't it be me?
My name is Mary. Some people call me the Magdalene. I watched the crucifixion from a distance with the other women. There was so much going on all around us. There were people walking around, talking, staring. You know, the curious. Those who had come just because they had never seen anyone crucified before. I wanted to yell at all of them and tell them to go home. Leave us alone. The soldiers, they were laughing. They were gambling. To them, it was just another day. Business as usual. But strangely enough, all the sights and sounds faded into the background as I focused on him. I couldn't believe this was actually happening. It was just a few days ago that he came riding into Jerusalem, and everyone was singing and crying out, "Hosanna in the highest! Hosanna to the Son of David!" He was so honored that day. And now, he's the scorn and mockery of everyone. Everyone except the few friends and family members gathered around the cross. We were all weeping and agonizing in prayer. And there was his mother. She was kneeling at his feet, weeping, telling him how much she loved him. Her grief was too much to bear. I couldn't watch. We all felt so helpless. Me especially. I'd been so used to taking care of things for him, helping him wherever he went. And now I couldn't do anything. I would have given anything if I could have just offered him a cup of cool water to quench his thirst. Or to wipe the blood from his face. There wasn't a one among us that day that didn't wish we could die as well. Oh God, where are you in all of this? Then the sky, it began to grow dark, like the night. It stayed that way for the rest of the afternoon. The darkness of those hours seemed like an eternity. Each moment was excruciatingly painful. There seemed to be no answers. Jesus was dying. All we could do was watch. Just then I heard Jesus cry out, and I saw his head fall forward. I knew he was dead. And at the same instant, I heard the shofar sounding in the distance, signaling the afternoon sacrifice. And all at the same time, the earth began to shake violently. Huge rocks were splitting open, and people, they were screaming and running in every direction. We were so afraid. We just held on to each other. We were afraid to move. Oh, God, is this your answer? I stood in the same place where I had been most of the day, watching, waiting to see what would happen next. And while I was waiting, I overheard someone say that a wealthy man from Arimathea, his name was Joseph, that he had gone to Pilate to ask for the body of Jesus. He had bought a tomb in a nearby garden, and they were going to place the body of Jesus in it. Well, I was thankful and relieved that he had come forward to make all the arrangements. You see, in all of our grief and sorrow, we had not taken thought to what would happen to his body after the... I guess we didn't want to believe it was actually going to happen. That somehow, at the last moment, the crucifixion would be called off. I put my arm around his mother, and together we watched as they slowly lowered his body onto the cross. The men who helped, they quickly prepared his body for burial. And then they began to take him to the nearby garden where the tomb was. His mother and I followed silently behind them. When we got there, we watched as they laid the body of Jesus on the stone slab inside the tomb. It just seemed like it wasn't real somehow. We were there, we were watching, but I just felt numb to everything around me. And as I watched them seal the tomb, I felt as if a part of me was being buried as well. Jesus, my King,
Jesus, my Son,
I would do anything.
what have they done?
to spare
How
you
they caused
from
So
the
much
shame. Your blood flows
on
down
your hands,
from the thorns
wounds
on your
on your
crown, as the soldiers mock your name. My heart
how
it
I
breaks,
raise,
my soul
how
it
I
aches.
mourn,
How much sorrow
can I take?
Why must it be him on that tree? Oh, why? Oh, why? Why can't it be me?
I will always remember. I will always. I remember where it all began, back before the days in Bethlehem and Egypt, and before the death of Herod, going back to those sweet days in Nazareth when Joseph and I first prepared to wed.